I think everything's working. Hello? Hello, Clarice.
Looks like we're good.
Hey,
I can
how's it
see
going,
us
everyone?
moving up and down on the-
Welcome to another sort of Nintendo Prime podcast. We don't have any like specific topics or anything. We're just going to kind of do a short-ish, like 40, 50-minute-ish Q&A where you guys can ask any questions you want. We're going to take them right out of the chat. You just need to @ Nintendo Prime in the chat, or I don't think he's logged in. You are logged in.
Yeah,
So,
I'm in the chat.
what's your username on YouTube? I don't even know.
I think it's just Eric Moore.
Is it just Eric Moore?
I think so.
So @ Eric Moore or @ Nintendo Prime in the chat to ask questions, and we
Apparently
will
got a
do.
goal.
Yeah, that goal isn't accurate, and just like there's chat over my face as well. So here's the
Nice.
bottom line, guys. This is not like a normal podcast episode. This will not audio version of this will not be going up. This is just kind of a chill stream, a little chatty stream. I will be doing shots for super chats for the next 40, 50 minutes. So if you guys want to go nuts with that, cool. I'll do what I have to do. You guys are awesome. We just wanted to say hi to you. How's it going? We didn't want to just totally skip a week. It's been a bit of a weird week because there was like a scare of COVID in the house. It's all gone. Don't got to worry about it. So wasn't exactly planning to do one this week, but I also didn't want to leave you guys hanging. I haven't really been live streaming like I wanted to this week because of that kind of stuff. But Eric's here. We're here. Let's chat. What are you guys doing? What's up? What do you guys want to talk about? The floor is yours. What do you guys want to talk about? Ask away in the chat. We had one saying, what games do we recommend? Well, right now I'm playing, let me see. Well, I joined a couple of Madden leagues. You guys can see me streaming over on Twitch. In fact, right after this, I'll be streaming one of my Madden League games over on Twitch at Nintendo Prime TV. You can come watch me suck. I will not be on Facecam, by the way, just because I don't have it set up. I need to basically get a webcam, and it's whatever. I don't have it set up to do Facecam. I technically could just turn this camera to the couch, but I'm not. So, bottom line is, I don't have that set up. But you can come over and watch me. I will be on audio. I will have the chat open on my phone or something, so I can still see what's going on and chat with you guys. But I will be playing a league game of Madden over there in a league I'm in. Besides that, I've been playing a lot of Metroid Dread, of course, right here. This lovely game here. I am not done with it yet. I'm waiting for my final impressions till I'm done, even though I'm not really going to be talking about the end of the game in those impressions. But I know some people have been wondering, hey, what are your real thoughts on it? We could talk about it on this little Q&A as well. Also, yesterday started playing Back 4 Blood. Came out on Xbox. Well, it came out on PlayStation as well, but it's on Game Pass, so that's how I'm playing it. I didn't play much of it. We played for a little bit last night. Eric's played a little more than I have. He's got something to be disappointed about with it. I don't.
Pissed.
But
no, it's still an all-around great game.
I really enjoyed my gameplay with it. But there is kind of an unfortunate thing where, hey, we're all done here, and if Eric and I want to play together, he's got to leave.
Yeah. There's no split screen.
There's no split screen. There's no co-op, couch co-op. Not even for like just 2 players even.
Yeah.
Let alone 4.
Yeah.
He has to go home and get on his Xbox for us to play Back 4 Blood together, which is upsetting because obviously this team is the one that created Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2, and you could do couch co-op in those games. So to not have it here feels like a massive oversight. Maybe it's something they patch in later.
From what I was reading, there's talks maybe in the future.
Because there's a lot of demand for it. Because bottom line is, some people are still like, say you got a quarantine with your brother or something, like, dude.
But perfect. I can't. I'd have to have 2 Xboxes, 2 TVs, 2 copies of the game.
2 PlayStations. Yeah. Anyways. But I suggest playing it if all you care about is playing online. Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you like the original Left 4 Dead games, you're only going to play online. Yeah. They actually did a really good job recreating that experience in obviously a new generation. So, what are you most excited for in 2022? Until otherwise stated, it's Breath of the Wild 2.
No, right.
That's supposedly coming next year. So, for right now, that's listed as 2022, so nothing tops that.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, Sparks of Hope.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Arceus would be interesting to see just how it plays.
Yep.
And how that looks and things like that. So that's gonna be another one up there. That's
Splatoon 3. I mean, there's so many big games next year, and that's just from Nintendo. Other companies
what other random Mario they drop if they do?
Yeah. I mean, even Sony. That's when we're getting Forbidden West next year. The new Horizon game, so that should be really good. Microsoft's probably gonna have a really killer year next year. So everyone looks like 2022 is just gonna be a killer year across the board.
Mm-hmm.
I will also say, I'm not done yet with this month because we can talk about Mario Party that's coming, but that's not even what I'm excited about. I might pick that up on a whim. Age of Empires 4 comes out October 28th.
I forgot about that.
And of course, I have Game Pass, so I don't even have to pay for it.
I have a feeling we're going to be playing a lot of that too.
And let's just say I may or may not have a giant top-end 49-inch super wide monitor coming in that's just going to be perfect for this game.
Oh, God, yeah.
So let's just say Eric can sit down next to me and get the exact same full-screen experience I'm getting. He doesn't have to look over my shoulder.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
And the thing is, too, and we did a lot of that back in the day, too. We could almost split screen your monitor.
We could split screen it and maybe play it together. Just hook my laptop up to the other half. Yeah. We might be playing Age of Empires together.
Right.
On the same screen.
Right.
It'd be fun. If not, one can hook up to the TV, one can hook, oh my God. It's gonna be beautiful. We had a super chat. Can you want to read that for me quick there?
Just got to the third boss in Dread after Chozo cutscene. Did you get a load of Nate the Hates podcast? Convinced 4K Switch is successor, not a pro 4K BT Breath of the Wild 2.
Okay. Taker 610, you want to expand on that? Hold on. So you said after the third boss in Dread. Okay. Yep, that's
awesome.
Fine. Did you get a load of Nate the Hates podcast? I have not watched it yet. I know it went up today. Mm-hmm. Convinced that 4K Switch successor, not a pro. So he's convinced that whatever's coming is going to be a successor, not a pro model. Okay.
Okay.
But 4K Breath of the Wild 2. Well, that's what I'm curious about. What are you talking about there?
That'd be awesome.
4K Breath of the Wild 2. Where's this coming from? Because if Breath of the Wild 2 comes next year, are you trying to tell me that Nate the Hate is saying we're going to get the successor next year?
Yeah. I mean, that would be...
I'm not against that. I wonder... Here's my thing. With the Switch Pro or 4K Switch or whatever the hell we're talking about here, I always wonder, like, let's say it does come next year, which to me would be insane. That would obviously fit with 4K Breath of the Wild 2. To me, I find that all to be insane because that would mean, obviously, the OLED was just a weird stopgap until the next gen. To me, this feels, again, like what I've been suggesting this whole time, that Nintendo's going to do away with traditional generation. So, like, this next system, whether you call it a Pro or whether you call it Switch 2, would be their next platform anyways. But they're not... Look at the way Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 is going, where everything's backwards compatible with PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. To me, this is kind of like what will happen here, where Nintendo will have this next-gen platform, but everything that comes on it will still be playable on Switch for the next 2 years. Mm-hmm. So this kind of... Basically what Xbox and PlayStation are doing are already kind of what I think Switch should do, is where you just don't abandon your old platform. So it could be their next-gen 4K whatever Switch next year, but you don't have to rush out and get it because everything on it's going to also be on the old platforms. What would be weird is if they do consider it a new generation, would be this is the second generation in a row that there has not been an exclusive Zelda game. I mean, you could say Link's Awakening, but again, that was just a remake.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild was cross-gen, Wii U and Switch.
Yep.
If Breath of the Wild 2 is cross-gen.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, by the way, this isn't a bad thing.
Well, right.
But it doesn't make the game any less amazing. But it's also like we'll never get one completely built from the ground up for any platform.
Yeah, right.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not complaining. Breath of the Wild is amazing. So
no, absolutely, for sure.
Cheers. I'll let Eric answer this next one here. Let's see here. Another question. Remember, add us in the chat if you have any questions. Eric, this comes from Emerald Gaming. On a 1 to 100% scale, what are the chances of a Metroid 6? Remember, this is Metroid 5.
That's Metroid 5? None, because isn't that supposed to be the last one?
So the better question is, will there be another side-scrolling Metroid game?
I'm sure there will.
Will it be called Metroid 6?
No.
This is the end of the current ongoing storyline in Metroid. So will there be more? As long as it sells well, absolutely. But it won't be Metroid 6. It'll be called something. It'll have Metroid in the name. It'll be called something else. Or they'll get rid of the numbers entirely. Just like, if you notice, this came out. It's popular. The number's not on here. They called it Metroid 5 when they unveiled it. There's no 5 on here.
Yeah.
So I think they were already setting it up to be like, this is the end of the current saga, and we're just going to go with named entries moving forward. Right. And it won't technically be Metroid 6
and
because
maybe not,
the Metroid line, Metroid 1 through 5, is over.
Do you think they start a new arc, or do you think they're going to have...
Probably. They're going
to have individual game stories in their own games?
No, they'll start a new arc.
Start a new arc?
They'll start a new arc. Thanks for subscribing, Peter Galax. I appreciate it. Let's see here. I don't like the idea of having to buy another Nintendo system. I'm already attached to the Switch. You don't have to. So, here's the thing. Let's say that for some odd reason there was a next gen that came next year, which is just insane to me to even think about. I don't think you are looking at this in the correct light. I just got done saying, if they treat this like PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, outside of very specific games, there's no reason to necessarily get a next-gen platform if you already have a current gen. I'm saying very specific games, because EA is doing weird things like Madden is a completely different version on new gen versus old gen. So, like, you're getting a different experience. So something like that, okay, that's a little strange.
Right.
But, I mean, Back 4 Blood's the same on everything. It just looks prettier on the new systems. Maybe better frame rate. Like, bottom line is, if a new gen Switch comes, as long as nothing's going to be exclusive to it for, like, the first year or two, you don't have to rush to upgrade. You can keep enjoying all of the Nintendo Switch exclusives or Nintendo exclusive games for the next couple of years without worry. This assumes that this is the route Nintendo goes, which, by the way, Nintendo has never gone this route. So that's also something to keep in the back of your mind, is that even when 3DS came out and was backwards compatible with DS, that's okay. It was still DS games or 3DS games. They were completely different. So, I just, that is something to keep in the back of your mind, that Nintendo's never done this, but Nintendo's also never had a hybrid system before. So,
There is that.
Let's just wait and see what happens. I am very curious. I'm going to have to listen to Nate That Hates podcast, because I'm very curious what he meant by 4K Breath of the Wild 2. Because to me, that suggests, if that is coming next year, that means the new system's coming, right? So everyone's okay? Everyone's fine. Cool, my kids go back to school tomorrow. Have I been engaged to Yulia for 10 years? No. We have not been engaged for 10 years. We got engaged the first time in October. Kind of weird because it is October.
Right.
It was October 7th. So long ago. October 7th of 2012. So, no, 9 years. We've been engaged. But we weren't engaged for the entire 9 years.
Yeah.
So, I would say it's more like 6 years that we've been engaged. Now, you might say, that's crazy. Hey, I'll say this. You know what's crazy? Are people that get engaged after being together less than a year. And then just rush into marriage and kids and everything and don't even know what's going to happen or any of the drama that's going to come up.
Sometimes
like,
it works,
if we would have got... Sometimes it does. But divorce rates are super high.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
So my thing is, if we would have got married back then, I don't know if we would be together today. We might have been divorced. So, I will say this. It was kind of good that we didn't get married when we were planning to. Now, we're like both gung-ho said it's happening next year. We're just having a hard time with venues and getting okay from the priest because we're trying to do it on a Sunday, which conflicts with... They don't care about the marriage being on a Sunday. It conflicts with scheduling and...
Actual mass
and everything.
Yeah. So,
and they're like, do you want to do it at the mass? Like, no, we still want it to be kind of its own separate thing because we don't want to have to force people who might come that aren't religious to have to sit through an hour-long mass. And then you tack on another 45 minutes of stuff. So, there's a whole thing there, but we are working on getting approval for everything. We do have a venue, potentially, if our date gets approved by the priest. It's expensive, but it's fine.
Well, welcome to weddings.
Well, I mean,
everything's expensive.
It's super expensive. I'll tell you the venue later. I don't want to mention it publicly. I don't want people showing up. But So well, we like gung ho. We're ready and we're done with all BS that happens. As a couple going through shit. So yes, we've been engaged for a long time. I was never married before. And Eric is not married.
No, I am not.
Clayton Miller says, you guys think Mario Odyssey 2 will be a thing? What do you think, Eric?
I hope so. I had started picking back up when I went out to Rapid City a couple weeks ago. I picked Mario Odyssey back up, and I've completed, I think, 100% of the first 3 or 4 worlds. So I'm slowly making through it. It's a fun game, but haven't got to New Donk yet. Just because it's fun to say.
You haven't got the New Donk yet?
No. I think I just finished the Sands, desert
But
area.
are you playing it completionist style? Yeah, that's why. But even then, it's been a while, guys. But
I fell out of it. I fell out of it for a long while.
Because see, here's my thing. Like, I look at it like when I was younger, I used to do completionist style. As I get older and I don't have the same time to game, fuck it. I just want to beat the game.
Yeah. No, I get it.
So like I got to go back up because
I got to go up to Rapid City another 2 times. So
yeah, like Dread.
I mean,
guys, I'm not 100%ing Dread. I'm just telling you that right now. Not because it's super long. It's just once I beat it, I'm good. I'm ready to move on. Maybe could be like Pikmin 3 where it just ends and you're like, nope, we need more. I think that's probably what's going to happen. But you're excited for the new Animal Crossing Direct on Friday? Yep. At the moment, I am planning to stream the Direct on Friday, the Animal Crossing Direct. Don't know how I'm going to react to it. I haven't turned on Animal Crossing in a long time. Let's see here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there's a possibility of Nintendo taking a page from Sega's book and make an add-on for the Switch, something like a Switch Dock Pro or Switch Dock Plus? No. There are certain limitations with USB-C. They do not have Thunderbolt support, which is definitely needed if you're going to do a mobile GPU. If you wonder how laptops can use that like a USB-C port, they're using a Thunderbolt variant of USB-C, which is not capable or currently available on the technology inside Switch. In fact, it's not even possible. I think it's actually exclusive to Intel CPUs. So, no, what you're talking about isn't going to happen. It's just, I know Nintendo had a patent for it at one point. Like, not necessarily a dock, but a supplemental computing device. Having patents is different than actually doing it.
And that's saying that it hasn't expired.
Yeah,
too.
Do
you think the Switch Lite with an OLED screen will be a thing? I think eventually.
No.
No?
I don't think so. I think they're going to move on to whatever's next.
Oh, okay.
I don't think they're going to release a new Lite variant.
No?
At least not of this. The next system, absolutely. But
okay.
I think they're just kind of setting up manufacturing for whatever's next.
True.
I don't think they're worried about, oh yeah, look at the old... No, I don't think they care right now. I could be wrong, by the way. By the way, this presumes that Nintendo's even doing a hybrid again. We don't know what Nintendo's going to do, because Nintendo...
Roku stick.
Maybe Nintendo doesn't know what Nintendo's going to do. I have no idea. Like, maybe we're going back to... Maybe we're getting a 4DS. I have no idea.
Oh, God, that'd be... Do they just omit smells from the thing? Or?
Right? Like a 4D theater, right?
Yeah,
You get your smells, you get splashed with some water.
Yeah.
Let's see here. No, not in the Switch, in the dock. Okay, again, psyched. The Switch would have to work with the dock. Okay. Let me explain something. Okay? I wasn't talking about in the Switch. I was talking about in the dock. Okay? What you are referring to is called a supplemental computing device, aka a mobile GPU. It already exists. It's already on the market, and you can buy it for a bunch of laptops. But you have to use a Thunderbolt port in order to use it, because they're the only ports that are fast enough to take advantage of a mobile GPU. Okay? It's this little box that you put a desktop GPU in, and you can plug it into your laptop. Okay, now, that's not exactly what the dock would be. It probably wouldn't be that big of a box. It would just be a normal dock that has a GPU in it that's better than what's in the Switch. But the Switch still has to interact with that GPU, and it interacts with it over USB-C, because that's what the Switch uses. And it uses an ARM Tegra CPU, which does not have the ability to use Thunderbolt. So, no. A mobile dock that has a more powerful GPU in it and interacts with the Switch is not going to exist. At least not in the current form of Switch. It's just not possible with the current technology Switch is using. You have to remember, everything is based around that Tegra X1, even in a situation where you put more powerful hardware in a dock. Bottom line is, all the games and everything are running through that Tegra X1 before it gets to that dock. So I hate to shoot it down. It's not happening. Unless there's some new magic technology we're not aware of out in the world that does this beyond Thunderbolt, which hasn't happened anywhere. And if it did exist, I feel like AMD and others would be using it.
Yeah.
So
fiber optic lines directly into it.
Right. Well, I mean, you want to go better. I mean, yeah. Just straight fiber optics.
Yeah, right.
God, that dock would be so freaking expensive. Let me see. And I don't even know if that would even work properly with USB-C.
When do you think we'll get the N64 expansion update?
The update?
Yeah.
The update itself will probably come...
Holiday?
Right before Halloween.
Right before Halloween?
I think it'll drop on the 29th.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
They said it's going to be here by the end of the month.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Okay, I missed that part.
So yeah.
Okay.
29th.
Okay.
I think it'll drop right before Halloween.
Fair enough.
Give you something to do for people who are staying at home,
for Halloween,
handing out candy to trick-or-treaters.
Yeah. Oh, give me something to play while I'm on the flights. Yes!
Except you can't play them online on the flights. Unless you buy... Oh, you can. You can buy the internet package.
Yeah. Yeah, good call. Damn.
Thank
Can
you
I
for
download
subscribing, Only Paladin. I appreciate it, man.
Can I download them and play them? No, damn it.
Clayton Miller, so the hybrid thing caught all of us off guard. I think it will be a staple going forward just due to the successful nature of it. Yeah, and there's not a lot of competition for Nintendo in the space. There is the Steam Deck, but again, until that becomes something that hundreds of millions of people own, it's not really something that Nintendo needs to worry about. And again, Sony and Microsoft ain't bothering with it, so this really gives Nintendo a space all to themselves to play in. So I don't think they're going to abandon, but I don't know. We have a president right now who's never launched a product. Switch, remember, was the final concept from Satoru Iwata, and it was launched by Takahashi, and then Takashi Machizuki. Wait, no, not Takashi Machizuki. He's the whatever. The game's guy's name was Takahashi, but I can't remember his last name. Anyways, and then it transitioned to Furukawa during the Switch era. So we've never seen Furukawa launch hardware. So I don't know what Furukawa's thinking. I know that he's a shrewd businessman and he cares about money. So abandoning a concept that's really popular would seem anti-money.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This is Nintendo. Yeah. He could cave to Miyamoto, who says, hey, what we need are NFC cards that you tap on your phone, and that's how you play Nintendo games. I have no idea, okay? Weird things happen.
No thanks, please no.
And when I say NFCs, of course, I'm also talking about the fact that you could resell them like those damn, oh my God. Guys, record this video clip. I own it. Now I can sell it to somebody digitally.
Yeah.
Through like, I don't even know, NFTs. Damn NFTs.
Right.
Thanks for subscribing, DJR. In a video you talked about Bloom and Nintendo about dev kits for 4K. My question is, since the Oopsie from Nintendo, has anything else come up from Bloomberg? Nope. Nothing else has come up.
The Oopsie from Nintendo.
Oliver G has an interesting question.
Okay, what?
He says, Nate, how do you find out all this information for the channel? You mean, where do I get all my stuff from? Everywhere. Sometimes even TikTok. It's weird. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, Kotaku. Yes, even Kotaku. IGN. Other YouTubers sometimes. Digital Foundry, Eurogamer. Nintendo everything. Nintendo Life. Used to be, also Go Nintendo, but they don't really do anything anymore. Japanese Nintendo. There's so many places you go directly to Nintendo's Twitter accounts. There's also Gaming and Leaks subreddit on Reddit. There's also the Nintendo Switch Reddit, the Nintendo Reddit, the Nintendo Switch Deals Reddit. There's Wario64, and you gotta follow him on Twitter if you want to find out the latest deals. There's a lot of places. Basically, it is possible for anyone out there to discover all the news on their own.
Uh-huh.
I think the value in a channel like mine is that I kind of do that work for you. Mm-hmm. Now, the thing is, I'm still not telling you everything. There's a bunch of news that happens every day around Nintendo that I don't talk about because I only talk about what interests me and what I think might interest you guys. And I'm not always going to know what interests you guys. I really only know what interests me. And I'll just, if I happen to have a video where I've got 5-6 stories, and sometimes I'll throw in a couple stories I don't care about, but I think other people will. But usually my videos are usually built around one big story or two big stories that I care about. But yeah, there's not really, like if you're looking for like a how-to to find everything, I have a folder on my Chrome tab, which is probably why I haven't left Chrome yet, that has 148 places I check every day, multiple times a day for news.
Yeah, his Chrome browser tabs are just...
It's insane.
God awful.
And Yulia gets mad at me, like, it's like, why do you... I mean, you don't understand. Like, even if I'm not making a video, I gotta have this shit open in case something happens.
Yeah.
So it's insane.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Clayton Miller!
Oh, yeah.
Have a drink on me. Don't mind if I do.
Already had that one by the end of the month, Matt.
Shots, everybody. Ooh, there's a gold flake in here from our old shot of Goldschlager.
Nice.
Yes. Goldie. Got it down. Just increased my value. Microsoft went down 2 points.
Dentacam. Microsoft just went down 2 points. Oh, God.
Love Big Daddy.
Yes. And it's old. Gross.
Matt Howard says, when is Nintendo 64
Yeah.
coming to Nintendo Switch Online service?
Yep.
It's supposed to be by the end of this month, and they're supposed to before then announce the pricing.
It's supposed to.
We
It's
don't
Nintendo.
know. They could delay it.
Yeah.
Don't know. We're at like the middle of the month, so soon? Sometime in the next 2 weeks, I think it's a pretty safe bet.
Soon?
It's entertaining gaming news! Yeah! Oh, yeah.
There you go.
A new kid on the block.
Yeah, right, yeah. Damn you, Verizon 5G.
Damn you, Verizon 5G. Verizon 5G.
Verizon 5G, damn you! Instead of Scuba Steve.
Yeah. Damn you, Verizon 5G, I stepped on you.
Yeah, instead of freaking
Step on
Scuba
my phone.
Steve.
Damn you, Verizon 5G. Oh my god. Anyways. Plus you got shots. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, it is Q&A, guys. Just ask questions in the chat. We're literally just grabbing questions that are tossed out in the chat. Let's see. I'm scrolling up because there was a few that we kind of went by. Let's see here.
Will we ever get Mario Galaxy 2 release?
Re-released.
Re-release, sorry. Yeah. I can't read.
No.
Ouch.
I don't really have a reason because I think it's illogical that we didn't get it packed in with 3D All-Stars. So,
Then how do you call it 3D All-Stars?
because it's just 3D games.
I know.
It didn't say
But
there's going to be
the
three games.
Yeah, but you keep with the 3 in the...
4D All-Stars then.
Yeah,
Okay.
right, yeah.
4Ds.
Yeah, right. Woo!
I've been playing through the entire Metroid series. Hot take! Samus Returns is a dumpster fire.
Ooh. They love Dread, Zero Mission, and Super Metroid. And they finished them too. Cool.
I'm not going to touch that one with a 80-foot
I haven't...
pole. I'm not touching it with your 80-foot pole.
Haha!
Where was the dance to accompany the shot from the last super chat? I don't... Well, actually, I think things are set up. You know what? This isn't a normal podcast. I guess I could. Fine, here you go. And the computer died.
And it's something. I guess I'm not answering questions.
Did it actually die?
I don't know what's going on.
It's still on.
I know it
Did the
is.
screen finally die? My computer's like 12 years old.
I know it is. And, like...
Might be time to put a Chromebook in here.
Yeah.
I mean, hold on the power button, turn it on and off again,
Yeah, pretty much.
and hope it turns back on.
Right?
That laptop has seen better days. The fact that it even still turned on for E3 was a miracle.
No, I know, right?
Let me see here. Hey, what do you think of Metroid case and controller? I don't know. I haven't seen them. I think I've seen the... Well, the screen turned on, so...
Oh, yeah. I don't know what happened there.
Probably bumped the table.
Right?
So yeah, I think I've seen the Power A controller at the store, but I don't know. It just looks like all the other ones. Who's excited for Nintendo 64 to Nintendo Switch Online as I am?
This guy.
Not me, but that's okay.
This guy.
I'll explain why I'm not excited. I don't play old games, so I just don't care. Barely played the SNES and NES, and the NES Classic, and the SNES Classic, and barely going to touch the N64 and the Genesis. I'd rather worry about what's coming next, not what I've already played. But some people, like Eric, love playing classic games. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I'm a person that goes, hey, I played these games like for thousands of hours as a kid. I'm ready to like invest in a new game for thousands of hours. So, like Age of Empires 4 and Back 4 Blood. And probably that new MMO, New World. I'm actually kind of curious about trying that one out. Might replace my occasional World of Warcraft play. I just kind of not feeling comfortable giving Activision Blizzard more money at the moment. So that's kind of forcing me to maybe try a New World, even though it's from Amazon Games. And I know all about it bricking GPUs. It's only 3000 series GPUs. And guess I'm an AMD user right now, so I don't got to worry about it. Will the Wii get Just Dance 2023? Maybe. Did they get Just Dance 2022? I don't even know.
Possible.
Seeing how you're most excited for Breath of the Wild 2, I'm guessing Zelda is your favorite franchise, that or Metroid. Zelda's my favorite franchise. Doesn't mean that I'm always the most excited for a Zelda game. I'm excited for Breath of the Wild 2 because Breath of the Wild is my favorite game of all time. But there's been times I've been more excited for other games than whatever the next Zelda game was. Timid! Ooh, Timid! Timothy says, how does your channel not have more subs? You're better than Spawnwave or any other. For starters.
Ow. Wow.
Shots fired! No,
Wow. Yeah.
I don't consider myself better than any other YouTuber out there, whether they're like Nintendo Academy with like 5,000 subs or whatever, or they're beat 'em ups with like 1.3 million or whatever the hell that guy's rocking now. Maybe he's at the 2 million mark. I can't keep up. Bottom line is, I don't think I'm really better than anyone. I think we're all different and we all bring different things. We all have different things that we're good at, different things we're bad at. We have different things that, different ways that we inform and or entertain people. Obviously, as an example, you're not going to catch Spawnwave doing shots and dancing on live stream. That's just not who he is. You might catch him posting a buff photo of him with his six-pack and the arms the size of a cannon on social media on a beach, because he factually did that. He's obviously really obsessed with working out, and that's good for him.
Fair enough.
So the thing is, everyone's a little different. So I don't like to say that I'm better than anybody or that anybody's better than me. We're all
Different.
our own people doing our own things in our own way. Obviously, like my videos have a very different look to them. We have a live in-person podcast set. I have a TV in the background of all my videos use a practical set, so there's not a ton of editing. Some videos rely more on editing. Some people like to use green screen. Some people like to have gaming collections behind them. There's a whole bunch of different ways to do things and a bunch of different personality mixes. Like beat 'em ups, the way that he does videos is entirely different. He has comedy skits and a bunch of really, really heavy, high quality editing and planning that goes into every video and stuff. I don't. My videos are usually, all right, time to make a video. Let's go. Sometimes I sit down at this desk, hit record, and I have no idea what I'm about to do. That's just how I am.
And it shows. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
So yeah, for us, we're saying that I deserve more subs. I think everyone on YouTube has exactly the amount of its subs and attention that they should have. So I've been getting a lot more views lately, a lot more subs, a lot more this. Okay, then I must deserve to have that stuff.
Or YouTube's just
deciding I'm worthy.
deciding you're having
You are
more,
worthy. I'm getting a lot of
more
complaints.
faked,
People are saying, "Oh, it's a Nintendo Prime video. Get ready to sit through 2 ads that you can't skip." For starters, I don't control that.
Right.
YouTube decides what ads get shown. 2, just know in the back of your mind that, hey, those unskippable ads are good for me. Because it means that YouTube moved me up a tier in their advertising scheme. We have higher CPM on the channel right now than at any point in channel history. And it's been that way all year. And I don't know why. I'm just going to say, thanks, YouTube. It's kind of cool to see like bigger paychecks.
Until
Thanks.
they come back and...
No, that was September. We're not going back to September of 2020. We're going to pretend that it never happened.
Right.
Because it hasn't happened since. YouTube's been kind. But we'll see. So yeah, I don't, I get this question all the time where people always say, you deserve more subs, or I don't know why you don't have 1 million. People, I think, like me as a person, but in general, my content is rather, I would say, rushed. I would say my content has very low editing quality. My content is just what it is. I am who I am. I'm sharing some news with you. I'm giving some opinions on shit, and every now and then I play a video game. Bottom line is, I have exactly the amount of attention that I should have. Let's see here.
And I mean, you can always recommend to friends too if you think he does deserve more.
He says, compared to other games, it's not really as good. Oh, you're talking about the Samus Returns. Okay.
Yeah.
You're not trying to disrespect it. You're just hold up. That didn't sound good when someone else read it. Well, just say when I read it, I was like, oh damn.
Yeah. Dumpster fire.
Damn.
Well, whenever you claim something is a dumpster fire,
Right.
I mean,
Dumpster fire. Oh, what was that?
Dude, I really
Crossfire.
Yeah. Nice.
Nice.
I haven't seen that in forever. Oh God, I haven't thought about that. I still have that.
We can get the eShop on our phones, etc. Is it available? No. That's not what I said. I said you could log into the eShop on your Nintendo Switch through your phone. If you're confused about that, sorry. That is what I was talking about. You used to not be able to do that. You used to always have to type the password on your Switch. Now you can scan a QR code and log into it on your phone, which will log you into it on your Switch. That was a new thing they added recently and never announced.
Why?
Nintendo, love a girl. Ooh la la. I don't have that anymore. The ooh la 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 thing. I don't have that now. Dang it. How are you? I am good.
No. Been a crazy
Timothy.
week, but good.
Timothy says the OLED teardown video has good editing. Better. I paid someone to do it.
There is also that.
That's like the only video I think on my channel that I've ever paid anyone to edit it. Like ever. Literally, I have thousands of videos on my channel. That's the only one I paid someone to edit. So, yeah, it does have good editing. Mason Conrad, shout out. Go check him out on Twitter. Look him up. Just type Mason Conrad. He'll do thumbnails. He'll do video editing. He'll do a bunch of shit. He's awesome, and his editing's amazing, and I can't afford to have him edit my videos. Let's just say that one video cost significantly more than the amount of money that video made. And I just, yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I appreciated him. I don't know if it really saved me time because there was so much problems getting him the files. But either way, yeah, of course that video was great. I would love to have an actual editor all the time. I just don't make enough money to support myself, let alone an editor. The Crossfire, most overjoyed commercial ever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I may have been a bit harsh, but I'm just salty. It's not bad. I see value. I'm just personally not enjoying it. That's all right. Let's see here. Did you see the iFixit turn on the OLED and how they remove the screen? Yeah. So I didn't think about that. So I couldn't get the screen hot enough, but they did something weird. It wasn't the suction cup thing. I already knew about that. They had a heating pad. Now, I don't know what temperature this heating pad heats up to. I have no idea where they got this heating pad from. Maybe it's something I can look up on Amazon, but it made it look really easy. They had a heating pad that they set it down on, the whole screen, and then they lift it up and they used the suction cup, and they were even surprised that it came off. So,
ooh, another thing you could have did.
That's something that I might get for a future. Like if I hear Nintendo's next system is going to be another hybrid with a screen, then I might want to take out for you guys. I will look into investing to getting one of those heating pads that they had because I don't have that. So
you could probably do a bag of rice, throw it in the microwave, get it really warm, and just drop it on the screen.
No. No. I kept thinking, if we want to just make this the most ghetto thing ever, I'm trying to up the professionalism, not up the ghettoism. Just up the ghettoism. If you want to get ridiculous, I just go grill my steak quick, and before I eat it, just slap my Switch on top.
Yeah. Why not?
Juicy.
E.
Eric, most overhyped product ever. Power Glove has to. Well, what's the most overhyped product ever?
I don't know.
Rob was pretty overhyped back in the day too.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I only saw him in commercials. I never actually saw him in person, so
right.
I never even knew you could buy him back then.
Yeah.
Power Glove was always like a joke that was in Nintendo Power, but again, never saw in person. So literally was never at any store in my area.
I think I may have seen one at a pawn shop a long while back.
What do they want for it?
I don't remember. But
if it's anything under $100, I'd grab that.
Yeah.
I'd just wear it on my videos.
Yeah, right.
Moving forward.
Thanos.
Power.
I can answer that one. Do you see Metroid Dread winning Game of the Year? I can answer that one for you because I know you've already told me. One of the first things out of your mouth was, "This is Game of the Year material." So
yeah. He asked me today on a phone call. He was like, "Hey, so I'm just curious. What do you think about Metroid Dread?" I'm like, "Game of the Year."
Yeah. Yeah, so I can answer that one
like the first thing that
you.
came out of my mouth was Game of the Year. I don't know if it's going to win Game of the Year, but damn, it's basically perfection. I can't think of anything they could have done to this game. You could say, "Oh, make it longer," but then there's a point that this kind of gameplay can get a little too much if it's longer. So it's literally perfect. I can't think of one thing at this I don't give 10s to games. I don't even give Breath of the Wild a 10. And it's my favorite game of all time. I'm not saying I enjoy this game more than Breath of the Wild because I enjoy the kind of game Breath of the Wild is more. But for the genre and the style this game is, I literally think this game is perfect. And I have never said that about a game before.
Wow.
So, damn.
That's high praise.
And now I haven't beat it yet. So once I beat it, maybe I'll think a little different about the ending. But up to the point I am in the game, it's like perfection. Yes. What games that are releasing from now to end of the year are you each most excited for? Ooh. From now to the end of the year, Age of Empires 4. That's the big one that stands out to me that I'm most excited for.
Well, it was Back 4 Blood for me, but
Back 4 Blood's out now.
Yeah, I know.
Let me see. Besides that, I mean, yeah, there's Shin Megami Tensei 5. Don't know. I'm not really big into Shin Megami Tensei, so I'm not sure that I'm even going to pick that up. We'll see. There is, Advance Wars 1+2 reboot's pretty hype. Obviously Halo Infinite. We'll both probably be playing, at least trying it out, because we have Game Pass, so why not?
Right.
Both have Xbox, next gen Xboxes, so we might as well play it.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, there's a handful. I'm not like there's not like a one game. Well, besides Age of Empires 4, there's not one game that I'm sitting here like, oh man, I really can't wait. Like every day, I'm getting more hype for it. Like I would be, whatever. Because Dread's already came out, so I'm good with that. The Mario Party game's probably going to be great, but we'll see. I'm kind of gonna,
Yeah.
After I let myself get too overhyped for Mario Golf, I'm gonna sit back and just kind of wait,
right,
and see. I'm playing wait and see now with any of these sort of side games, unless it's a Mario Kart. At that point, I don't consider Mario Kart a side game. It's one of the biggest IPs in the world.
Right,
so,
right.
So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of wait. So Age of Empires 4, I guess, is probably my most anticipated game the rest of this year, because I love real-time strategy games, and Age of Empires is like one of the OGs. So we'll see. I hope they didn't mess it up. All the footage looks really good, but we'll see if the game.
Yeah, no, for sure. I would agree on that one. Although King's Bounty too. What?
That game's already out, isn't it?
Is it? I don't know. I just happened to see it. It looks like something that we would like.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we would. It came out in August.
Yeah.
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't played that yet. That's been on my to-buy list on PC for a while. I just haven't picked it up yet.
I was gonna say, because that looks like a game that we would play the heck out of.
Oh yes, we would.
Yeah.
Yes, we would. I just haven't picked it up yet. It's literally been on my to-buy list for a little while. I'm trying to wait for like a down period where I actually can game for like a few days and then
binge game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
right.
just waiting for it. Bayonetta's going to step aside for Metroid. What?
Or they can just both be.
Why? Yeah, Bayonetta's behind me. Why would she have to step aside? That doesn't make sense.
That or both games could just be good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't even come out around the same time. So I don't know what the problem is.
I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know. That didn't make any sense.
What? Hold on. There's some. Is this drama in the chat? Hold on.
Guardians coming out this year too?
Hold on. What's this guy say? What a joke. He's never wrong and there's always an excuse. Are you the same guy that's like on my Twitter that I blocked? Well, I didn't really block. I muted you, so I can't see your tweets anymore.
Oh yeah. Guardians is coming out this month too.
He's never wrong and there's always an excuse. I never said I was right. I obviously did the screen wrong. It broke. Obvious is obvious.
I don't know what he's
clearly
talking about
didn't
either.
take. He's talking about the screen because we were talking about the moment, like how iFixit did it, and I said, "Yeah, that was really cool. I never thought about trying that. That's cool. I should get that and do it next time." Isn't that me admitting that I obviously did it right, guys? I broke the damn screen. Clearly, I didn't do it right. But
no, it was perfect.
No, I'm amazing.
Absolutely perfect.
It was everyone else's fault that I broke the screen.
Yep. Duh.
Just because I can explain why the screen broke doesn't mean it's not my fault for breaking the screen. Obviously, I didn't have the right tools and the right stuff to get it done, and I'm not an expert at tearing things down all the damn time.
I mean, if you were my other friend Kyle, it would have been my fault somehow. He would have found some way to blame me.
It is Eric's fault. Yeah. Clearly, it's Eric's fault.
It's my fault. I wasn't here.
He wasn't here when I did it. Yeah. He would have called me a dumbass, hit me with a baseball bat. And
for sure.
Then I would have woke up and it would have been done. And I said, "How do you do this?" And it would have been like, "I didn't. I took it to the store and paid someone else to do it."
Right. I clenched it between my butt cheeks and then
it just popped apart.
It just pulled. Yeah.
I just had that strong of butt cheeks. It is what it is. What games are releasing? Oh, you already read that one.
Yeah.
Let's see here. A lot of people seem to think Dread is too hard.
Ooh,
You know what's funny about Dread? I mean, I'm not even going to consider this a spoiler. When you beat Dread, it unlocks a hard mode. We've been used to this with Zelda and a lot of other Nintendo games. So there's an even harder mode. The game doesn't get easier; it can get harder. If people think it's too hard, they've A, never played a Metroid game, B, never played a Metroidvania game, C, never played a Castlevania game. And at the end of the day, they just might not be into this kind of game. This genre is difficult. That is what makes this genre appealing. Also, this genre being difficult is also what's made it be a niche genre, because the genres that are more palatable by a wider audience are the ones that blow up. Platformers, as an example. Oh, we can talk about how there's platforming perfection and things like Super Mario 64 that it takes like an expert to do. But the bottom line is, everyone feels like they can do it. And everyone can beat the game. Metroid Dread is a difficult game. It's not the most difficult game. It is a game that makes you, quote unquote, get good. And people want their hands held. That's just not this genre. Metroidvania games are not hand-holding games. So, again, This is where I said, like, it's not going to be for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not supposed to be.
Right.
So, if you expect it to be a hand-holding experience, there's like a billion games for you to play besides this one. So if you're someone who likes that, cool. What was the super chat?
There was no words, just fist bumps.
Who is it?
Rick Staines.
Thank you, Rick Staines, for the $1.99. Thanks, man.
Dion Kirk wants to know they say that their OLED pre-order has been indefinitely delayed by Walmart. They're wondering if they should wait it out or try their luck with GameStop or Target.
I would wait it out. And let me explain why. What happened is Walmart allowed more pre-orders than units received. So if you wait it out, Walmart will eventually get you one in one of their next shipments, which they should be getting at least one shipment per week, pending, obviously, any shipment delays. So you could try your luck. I mean, if you have the money, you could say, keep your Walmart pre-order, but try to get it at other places. And then cancel Walmart if you get the other ones. So if you don't have the money, because this might be a situation where if I don't cancel that order, I can't afford it. That's a tough one. I would say keep the guaranteed order you have because you're not guaranteed to get it anywhere else. Walmart, just talk to their customer support, and they'll let you know if they think you should get a refund. Like, you can obviously get it refunded. That's not a question. But the question is, should you wait? And Walmart will be pretty honest. The Walmart customer support is actually pretty honest with you when you ask them, like, hey, are you going to actually fill this order? Yeah, they probably will.
Mm-hmm.
So I know it's a bit of a tough one. And I feel bad because not only did I get one early, I had 2 other pre-orders, and both of them arrived on time. So it's kind of like, I don't know. I didn't have a problem. But I'm not everyone.
Right.
So.
How many more questions we got, you think?
2.
2?
Let's do 2.
Okay.
You're playing hard mode and it feels easier. Yeah, I think that's just because once you beat the game and you unlock that mode, your skill level at the game is increased to a point that when you restart the game in hard mode, it doesn't feel as hard as it did when you first started playing because your skill level in the game is so much higher. Like, what I have recorded that I'm going to show in the video, because I don't want to show any of the later stuff and spoil anything, it's going to look like I'm not very good at Metroid Dread. I'm significantly better at Metroid Dread right now than I was 4 days ago. But the thing is, I don't want to show you that footage from now because it might spoil things.
Right.
So that's what happens is, like, now if I restarted Dread, even on a harder mode, I would still feel like I'm significantly ahead of where I started.
And there's also the fact that, just from you saying that it's unlocked after you beat the game, you already know, to a certain extent, what's coming. They may change a couple of things up, but you have a good idea of what's coming next, so you can anticipate more. You can be ready for other things. So that might be also another playing factor into
Hello says, in my opinion, Dread looks good, and it looks like it plays good, but it doesn't look Game of the Year.
But they haven't played it.
Yeah, I would say, one, we haven't played it. That already makes your opinion
I mean,
almost not quite invalid.
It's
but
an opinion.
Your opinion.
You're allowed to have it.
So the opinion is, yeah, looks like it plays well. Yeah, looks like a great game, but it doesn't look Game of the Year. Here is why they say that. It's a 2D side-scrolling platform. It doesn't look like God of War. It doesn't look like Breath of the Wild. It doesn't look like these other games that win Game of the Year. Which, by the way, Hades was a game-winning Game of the Year. That was a top-down 2D-ish perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Like, my thing is, people are too quick to judge a book by its cover. The kind of game this is, the side-scrolling nature of it, makes people automatically lower the tier of game it is for some odd reason. Which makes no sense, because this is the tier of gaming that we grew up on as children. At least us,
Right.
we did.
Yeah.
Maybe not you. So the thing is, yes, obviously 3D, open world, all this stuff is wonderful, but that's not the only way to game, and game in very high quality. Metroid Dread, I'll just say it right now, it's better than Metroid Other M.
And
Metroid Dread is better than a hell of a lot of other Switch exclusives. I'll throw it out here around. This might be controversial. Metroid Dread's better than Astral Chain. Metroid Dread is better than Mario Odyssey. Mario Odyssey was up for some Game of the Years. Might even be better than Breath of the Wild, to be honest. But I just enjoy the kind of game Breath of the Wild is more. So, yeah, I don't know. This is just, it's all personal preference. I can't fault you for looking at it and going, oh, that can't be Game of the Year. I can't fault you for that. That's your personal preference. But I don't look at games that way. Hollow Knight has just as much of an ability to be Game of the Year as Horizon can, or as a Zelda game can. Let's see here. What's the question we've already covered? Let's see. When's the last time a 2D side-scroller won a Game of the Year since the year 2000? Let's see.
that's what I was trying to figure out, but
Hold on. Literally, the first thing that came to my mind was Hollow Knight back in 2017. Let's see here. It did win a bunch of awards. It did not win a Game of the Year award though. What's another side scroller that's really highly rated? I'm trying to think. See, all the time I haven't played all of them. I was like, Hades comes to mind, and that won some Game of the Year awards, but that's not a side scroller technically. Are
we talking from the Game Awards?
No, just in general, anywhere. Best side scroller game in the last decade. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, Shovel Knight's one. Did that win anything? I'm just thinking off the top of my head. Won best indie game, but that's not the same thing.
And again, it may not win Game of the Year, but it could be nominated.
It won best debut game. It won best indie game, best original game. I'm trying to see here. I don't think Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze won any major awards. Been a while. I mean, Dead Cells. Why did I forget Dead Cells? Hold on, I'm gonna look up the exact awards Dead Cells won. Dead Cells won a shitload of awards. God, I can't believe I totally forgot about Dead Cells. Dead Cells is amazing.
Celeste?
Yeah, look up Celeste too. Let's see, Dead Cells. Because Dead Cells is literally the same style, like the same Metroidvania game. So reception. Here we go. Okay. I
Independent
won Best
game.
Indie Game at the Golden Joystick Awards.
Game of the Year 2018 for
Um,
Celeste.
It won Best Action Game, Best Independent Game, Best Music Score, Excellence in Gameplay Award. So that one never won, but Celeste won Game of the Year?
2018, apparently.
Well, maybe that's why this one didn't get it. There you go. So Celeste.
I believe. Unless it was only nominated.
Hold on. Awards.
Nominees.
IMBD has the awards. Believe it or not.
Oh, wow.
Of all places.
Right.
So it won Best Game. It won Best Game at the BAFTA Awards in 2019.
Okay.
It won Game of the Year at the Game Developer Choice Awards as well. And it was...
yeah, so, I mean, I don't know.
It was a nominee for Game of the Year at the Game Awards in 2018. So,
okay.
Yeah, so I mean, look, obviously, you could sit there and argue that it's not very often that games like this are up for Game of the Year. But it does happen. I mean, even like Celeste, nominated for multiple Game of the Year awards. Dead Cells, nominated for multiple Game of the Year awards. And I guarantee you, Metroid Dread will be nominated for multiple Game of the Year awards. Will they win any? Yeah, will Metroid Dread win any? I have no idea.
It is worthy of being nominated.
Yeah, but it's worthy of being nominated. Like
right.
Celeste was nominated for a crap load of Game of the Year awards. Bottom line is Celeste was worthy of being a Game of the Year nominee. Like, I know you're talking about, when's the last time it won? Okay, yeah, but when's the last time they've been worthy? Actually, quite recently. Celeste and Dead Cells were both worthy of Game of the Year nominations. So, yeah, I would say this genre still can produce Game of the Year type games. And as for Metroid Dread, it's kind of lucky a little bit that it's releasing in the year that it is. It's been a bit of a light year.
Mm-hmm.
What other Game of the Year nominees would I even consider at the exact moment right now? I mean, maybe Ratchet and Clank you throw out there. I think it's going to rank ahead of that. Most of PlayStation 5's games were delayed. I think it's going to rank ahead of Returnal for sure. There's still some big games that come out this holiday, but sometimes those games don't make it into the awards because they come out too late. It's going to beat out Back for Blood for sure. So I think, you kind of have to look at the scope of gaming this year. It's been a bit of a light year for those Game of the Year kind of games, which perfectly opens the door for Metroid Dread, a game that would have been nominated anyways, to win. Now we'll see. Obviously, we'll see at the Game Awards and BAFTA Awards and Game Developers Conference and Golden Joystick and everyone else if it actually win. Yeah. Will it win some awards? Absolutely. Maybe. It'll probably win Best Nintendo Game.
Probably.
Maybe. I don't know. Shin Megami Tensei 5? No, we'll see.
Yeah. One more really, really, really quick one for you. When do you think Splatoon 3 will come out?
Summer.
Okay.
June next year.
Because people are saying maybe holiday. So.
June.
Okay.
June.
Cool.
Hold Your Horses, Sonic Mania should have been considered. Should have. But yeah, Sonic Mania was really good too. Obviously the best Sonic game we've had in a hell of a long time. All right. Well, that's going to do it. I know it's super short, guys. Sorry. I have a League Madden game to go to. So if you want to continue chatting with me or Eric, you absolutely can. Just head on over to twitch.tv/Nintendo Prime TV. I know, lots of TVs in there. It is what it is. Twitch.tv/Nintendo Prime TV. And I will be streaming over there in a little bit, playing Madden in my league, playing my week 1 game. We'll see. I don't think week 2 is going to happen yet because I think we advance to week 2 tomorrow. So, anyways, thank you guys for tuning in.
All right, thanks. See ya.
Peace out. Bam.